Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Taurus August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as August goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 1st until the 23rd, so the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's home life, family, emotional security, people you're close to home with, foundations, roots, traditions, who you are at the core, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother, and the thing, and also the end or latter part of life. Now, given this is Leo energy, this may be done with a lot of ferocity, a lot of dignity and pride, with a lot of generosity, but yet extravagance. You might have to focus on spending a little bit more on matters pertaining to your home, more so than usual. And this could also, in some cases, shine the light, so to speak, perhaps on a rather domineering or arrogant, bombastic, home or family member, or someone you're just simply close to home with. And also, this could be something too where, also speaking of shining the light, or there might be very strong focus on really maybe extravagance, maybe in getting prepared for that end or latter part of life if you're not in it at this point in time. So, and also shining those Leo qualities you have perhaps at the core, such as perhaps being very magnanimous, generous, having good fortitude, faith, courage, valor, being charismatic, more so than maybe you might have been cognizant of previously. Next thing up, as far as August goes, the Sun will be in Virgo from the 23rd until the 31st. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's love life, romance, creative endeavors, hobbies, amusement, fun, enjoyment, investments, personal popularity, gambling, and speculation, children. And given that this is Virgo energy, this could be done with very acute attention to detail, a lot of analysis, a lot of thoughtfulness. This could be done with a lot of hard work and industry, though, as well, but also a very systematic and methodical manner, and a very organized matter as well. This could be really maybe a focus on extrapolating sports data. If you're a sports fan, this could be that ideal time as far as focusing on like fantasy football, projecting stats for players. Perfect time right before the start of the NFL season, this period, as far as the NFL regular season goes. Now, in some cases, this might shine the light, so to speak, perhaps a rather judgmental, critical, pedantic, overly verbose, maybe even worrisome child or lover at this time as well. But it could also put some focus on a very analytical and very intellectual, cerebral lover at this time as well, or child. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a full moon in Aquarius on August 15th, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, when you're talking about a full moon in astrology, this could represent the completion or culmination, perhaps being Aquarius in the 10th house, perhaps of an Aquarius career-related matter, such as something with innovation, electronics, computers, aerospace, astronomy, something with rocket science in some cases, something of a humanitarian endeavor, astrology in some cases. This could also be a time, too, where you become somewhat tired, full, or exasperated at something 10th house related. This could be a time too where maybe you might be tired of an erratic or sporadic perhaps career, or even your stature in life going up and down, or maybe even a dominant parent or an authority figure that might be overly eccentric, unorthodox, unpredictable, overly spontaneous, maybe even a little bit bizarre or unconventional, or exhibiting some kind of idiosyncratic behavior. Now, also too, keep in mind, full moons in astrology could also be about unveilings and revelations and disclosures. This could be a time too where perhaps something may be unveiled or revealed, maybe regarding a dominant parent, an authority figure, someone prominent in your career that might, again, might have some kind of quirky or idiosyncratic habit or behavior, or something very bizarre that really you weren't really quite aware of, and maybe it's something that comes out around this time, and it's something that is finally unveiled. So, or maybe and Aquarius I see sometimes could be connected with misrepresentation. So it could be some 10th house related person comes out and maybe has misrepresented himself or her at this point, and it's something that's finally revealed to you and you become cognizant of. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a new moon in Virgo on August 30th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, some cases this could be about the beginning of a romantic connection with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It could be the beginning. Some cases you could be welcoming a new Virgo child, and of course being a new moon, of course it would have the sun and moon in Virgo, and possibly a Virgo ascendant depending on time of birth, of course. Could also be a time where you might begin some new Virgo type hobby. It could be, or something, sports related. Could be something where you're extrapolating sports data, or doing something where maybe you're something connected with statistical analysis, or something that has to do with organizing or cleaning that you might actually find somewhat fun, or maybe just simply doing something with brain teasers, something which really tests the brain, and it's something you might find very enjoyable. It could be like Sudoku puzzles, or getting some kind of puzzle book, playing Haiku or Scrabble, anything that might test the mind, or any one of those it could be some brain game that you can find online. So anyway, also too, this could be the start of maybe some kind of frugal investment, which you might have planned and premeditated for some time, or something of a speculative nature. If you're starting some kind of gambling, it could also be something that might be connected with, might be somewhat parsimonious or frugal energy, where you're not really spending a whole lot in connection with it. So, and you might be realizing maybe at this time, this could also be the start, perhaps, of maybe some analysis connected with your love life, connected with maybe, maybe whether to take, certain risks or not, maybe matters pertaining to children at this time as well. And it could be something where you might be doing something that's very analytical, and that's fun and amusement, and it's connected with fun, amusement, and enjoyment, such as maybe analyzing statistical data from sports players. So anyway, hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, next thing up, Mercury will be in Cancer as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 11th. So the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, you might find yourself at this time, some cases, lamenting, ruminating about the past, brooding about past hurts, perhaps with siblings, cousins, neighbors. You might be speaking about home-related matters with 3rd house people at this time, or having very emotional communications, perhaps with your neighbors, people you knew from your early education, and reminiscing about these times with those people as well. And as I've stated previously, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian characteristics, and they could be figuring more prominently in assimilating information, your communications, perhaps matters with short journeys, running errands, anything 3rd house related. So anyway, and also, well, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Leo as far as August goes, from the 11th until the 29th. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself dominating conversations with home family members, towards people that you're closely feel at home with. It could be a time, too, where you might be talking about Leo qualities you have at the core, such as being perhaps very generous, magnanimous, maybe even domineering, somebody that has a lot of more courage and fortitude than maybe you were originally cognizant of, a person that has a generally good nature, good disposition, somebody too that has very flamboyant tendencies and more charismatic than you might have previously been aware of. And also too, this could be about a time where you might be really thinking with a lot of confidence and self-assuredness about what you're going to do at that end or latter part of your life. So anyway, and also Mercury again could be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people are simply ones that embody Leo characteristics that might figure more prominently in helping you get in touch with your roots, your ancestry, doing things connected with your traditions, setting foundations, perhaps matters pertaining to your home and your family life as well. So anyway, next thing up, Mercury will be in in Virgo as far as August goes, from the 29th until the 31st. So the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself having a lot of analytical communications, detail-oriented discussions with children, with lovers, people you might share some creative thing connected with something creative or amusement or enjoyment with. This could also be about really a lot of this too is really about, it could be a lot of critical and judgmental discussions and communications regarding fifth house people, but also a lot of mental analysis over matters connected with your personal popularity, things connected with investments, and also doing things really mentally being very methodical and systematic in matters with fifth house people, such as lovers, children, things you share some amusement with, and thinking very systematically or being organized regarding maybe doing things connected with gambling or some kind of investment at this time. And also too, again, Mercury can be about siblings. This could be about Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Virgo characteristics, and they could be figuring more prominently in games, in sports, perhaps even your fun, your amusement, your enjoyment matters with children, and also maybe investments and personal popularity as well. Last but not least, Venus will be in Leo as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 21st. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself getting embroiled with extravagant spending on home-related matters, people you're close to home with, your family, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. If you're unattached at this time, Taurus, you may connect with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo traits. It might be somebody that might figure prominently that end or latter part of your life if you're not currently there. Somebody that plays a role in you setting foundations, your traditions, and also it could be somebody that really you just feel very strongly close to home with. And also it could be a time too where you might find yourself valuing Leo, really Leo qualities and just really Leo qualities in your family and doing as far as matters pertaining to your family go, such as generosity, being magnanimous, even maybe being a little bit extravagant when you have to, courage, fortitude, having good naturedness, and also loving your Leo qualities at the core, such as being rather magnanimous, generous, charismatic, having the ability to spend a little bit more maybe than what you would like, and having valor and courage and anything that could be Leo related. So anyway, and also being more extroverted and gregarious than maybe you might have originally been cognizant of. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Taurus August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time, I'll be giving you my Taurus August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel, and secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you. Make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.